Today's podcast is presented by Podgo.
Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo.
We recently joined as members, and you can join too. Apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience.
Join today at podgo.co. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
When they ask, how did you hear about Podgo?
Tell them Mike Check Waifu sent you.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu. Polow and Telle, is that you?
Mike Check Waifu. Telle, is that you?
What's up, bro? How we doing? What's good?
Doing good, feeling great, doing better, bro. Listen, we're not gonna talk about what just happened before we recorded this because we just had a blooper, and we might need to save that and then create a blooper reel. But this is episode 56 of Mike Check Waifu, brought to you by Polow, Born Fly, Night King Telle. I know we're here to talk about some anime, a whole lot of anime, and some viewer questions, which is something we need to do more of, probably.
Definitely.
Engagement. We used to do it a lot at the beginning. And we kind of slowed down because we had topics and reviews became the staple of the podcast. But we're going to go back to it, which starting today, why not? Also, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code WAIFU. And also check out guildflags.jp. They got some dope guild flags. So if you're a podcaster, YouTuber, etc., you can hang them up in your background, and they look dope. They are dope. They're very dope. Shit. Tell, how you feeling, bro?
I have.
It doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right though. It doesn't matter because I've been thoroughly surprised.
Yeah.
This week I wasn't expecting the surprise that I received, and I mean, I'm not upset in the slightest.
We're going to talk about that. Also, thank you to our Patreon producers, Monique Williams, D Prince, Connor, and Explicitly. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for producing the show. The Weeb tier on our Patreon. Hey, y'all should go check out our Patreon. On our Patreon, we have a bonus podcast called The After Story. This week's After Story was kind of a deep one. We talked about my issues with anxiety, how I handle it. Tell share some stories too. Make sure y'all check that out. That podcast is strictly for just people who want to be a little bit closer to us, because we literally just chill and talk and record the conversation. Wherever it goes, it just goes. And I quite enjoy recording that every week. So if y'all into or want to hear more from us, make sure you guys check that out. Also, you get early access to the video version. You can see my new camera and how crisp it is.
Clean as fuck.
2 weeks before it hits everybody else on YouTube, you get to check it out early. So check that out. But yeah, so you feeling okay though, Telle?
Hey bro, I'm great.
Normal life okay?
Yes, normal life is pretty solid. I got a vacation coming up, and then next month is Apollo's 3rd birthday. I'm gonna take another week off for that.
Chunk.
Yeah, Chung Daddy.
3 years old, man. That's crazy. And I still haven't even met my nephew.
He won't stop talking.
I know.
For not a thing, bro. We over here. He reading a book, right? Mm-hmm. And we know he don't know the words.
Right.
Like he knows the words, but when he sees the pictures, he knows what sentence goes with that picture. So he says the full sentence. We just like.
He trying.
Since when did you become a clear speaker? At first, it was like anime. Now he's like anime.
Wow.
Boy, what are you doing?
Stop Get him started early.
Played the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. He's like, so fast. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. What are you doing?
Oh, I love it, man. That brings a smile to my face.
It's amazing. How about you, brother? How are you feeling? What's going on with you?
Man, I got a vacation coming up too, man, for the first time ever since I started my job. Yeah, no,
I'm excited to hear that because you were one of the hardest working brothers I got.
I never ever took a vacation before. That's wild. Like I would give myself, a Sunday off, a Monday off, and then sprinkling in here a third day here and there. But I never took like 5 days off before, so that's exciting.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
I'm
that.
excited for you.
Yeah, I need a break, man. I need a break. I need a break for
out
sure.
here grinding in these COVID streets.
Man, listen. Ugh.
My job, Best Buy literally sent out an email and they were like, don't glorify coming into work.
Excuse me?
Like if you get sick, you need to make sure that you take care of yourself first.
Straight up.
So
yeah. Don't put work first before your health.
Put health before your work.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Alright, dude, before we get cracking into the real talk or the anime talk, I do want to give a shout out to somebody, a new patron.
Okay.
A new otaku friend of ours.
Ooh.
He's been supporting us for a while just by listening to the podcast and just giving us his thoughts on them. Super dope dude. His name is at Trey_DeAndre on Twitter. Spell it just how it sounds. The homie supported us at the Otaku tier on Patreon. Thank you so much for that support. It means a lot. He's also going to be featured in a few questions we got today in our questions from Twitter and Facebook. Well, not maybe from Facebook, but from Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook's more statements.
Straight up. I can't wait because his fucking questions is juicy. They real good. They real good questions. But before we get into that, bro, what's your current watches, bro? What you doing right now?
Can we talk about your current watches instead?
What?
Because I know my current watches.
Let me talk to you.
I want to talk about your current watches. I want to talk about. You know what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
you already know what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Let's talk about that. So before we talk about that,
oh come on, come on.
I did watch one of the new releases of this of the summer. It's called Let me make sure I get this name right because I don't want to fuck this up. I already got it.
Is that
right
the hentai hero thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to watch it. I didn't start it yet.
It's actually called Super Hxeros, but heroes is spelled with an X. Boy.
Is it like lewd or is it like good? Is it normal?
It's lewd, but like I don't know if it's. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's gonna be good.
Oh, it's like fan servicey bad, or is it like
it's kind of ridiculous bad.
Ooh,
like not even in the. Oh man, let me tell you the premise.
Not even good context.
No.
Ooh. So
aliens come to Earth. Okay, aliens come to Earth 6 or so years ago. These aliens, their goal is to steal the libido of humans, to steal their sexual drive. They take their sexual drive and it powers them up. Already, I can hear the listeners rolling their eyes right now as I'm speaking.
Rolling my eyes now.
I can hear it. I can hear all y'all rolling your eyes. Tweet at me and tell me if you rolled your eyes at Polow Born Fly. But listen, not only that, okay. Alien come down. It's these two best friends. They childhood friends. They're in this playground together. They're holding hands. Alien comes down. Alien steals the libido of his female best friend. His female best friend, apparently her sexual drive is too strong, which caused the alien to self-destruct. Now, because her sexual drive was so strong, the alien self-destructed, and because of that, she was embarrassed with her friend. So she vowed to never touch a boy's hand again, and she only wears gloves whenever she has to touch a boy. She becomes like this huge, I don't want to be near boys, and this was our male main character's first love, and he's like salty because now she don't give a fuck about him because he's a boy, because her libido was stolen and she was just a fucking embarrassed. Whatever the situation is, I don't fucking know. They kept saying libido. I feel like that was wrong. I feel like that's a guy thing.
It's technically for both, but I would normally for woman just say sex drive, but
Sex drive. That's okay. That's what I'm reading in the subtitle. So whatever. But yeah, then the guy, because of that happens to his girl best friend, decides to work with his uncle. Apparently, they don't really explain how they got together, but he works with his uncle. His uncle is very feminine, but he creates this watch that turns him into a superhero.
yes.
While using his libido. Every time he uses it, his clothes get ripped off. That's not all. That's not all. Okay. There's also 4 other people who has this superpower watch or whatever, like Ben 10.
Power Rangers. They libido Power Rangers.
They're essentially that exactly. But
libido Rangers.
But the other 4 girls, the other 4 are girls, of course. So obviously, when they fight, their clothes come off too.
Oh goodness.
1 guy, 4 girls. Oh, guess what? Spoilers for the end of the first episode. His childhood best friend ended up becoming one of them.
Oh God! Did she get her libido back?
Yep.
Okay.
So here we are. Now it's 5. The Power Rangers, essentially.
Libido Rangers.
Libido Rangers fighting these aliens that steal people's sex drive.
I am outdone.
Yeah. Same.
Come on, bro.
Same.
What?
Same.
What even is that?
Listen, I thought it was going to be at least funny, at least enjoyable to watch because it's funny.
Yeah.
I like my ecchi, but I don't like my tasteless ecchi. This is fucking just stupid. It's just a dumb premise, a dumb story, nice animation, great character design. I mean, great character design, but it's just stupid.
It's just stupid.
It's just stupid.
The storyline is trash. I mean, it probably doesn't have a story yet. It's like
right.
There's no direction for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's direction, but it's not gonna be anything interesting. I can tell you that much. Not a must watch this season. I say that.
You gonna watch it, don't you?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it. The fuck you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Oh, that's great.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, what about you?
So I did say on Twitter I'm watching Wise Man's Grandchild.
Oh, I didn't even know you said that. I missed it.
Yeah. I got like through the first 8 episodes.
I love that show.
And I said it's 10 times better than Isekai Cheat Magician. It to me, it's just so much better than Isekai Cheat Magician.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know why Isekai Cheat Magician was a thing.
I dropped it after 4 or 5 episodes.
I watched all of it except for the last episode. But Wise Man's Grandchild is way better. I love how they explain the magic. I love that even though he's overpowered, it's not like he's overpowered because he's just like fucking god level.
Nope.
He's overpowered because he's smart and he remembers from the past life. And he can share that knowledge with other people and make them overpowered as well. So it's not like it's just stupid busted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly. So it's like it logically it makes sense. This is a good setup. So to me, I'm hyped. I think that's awesome. And
what episode did you get to?
I'm at episode 9 now.
Oh,
and
shit,
I'm just
so
gonna finish it next week. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to the villain a minute ago, but now they like in the invasion period and stuff like that.
This was one I recommended a long time ago. You guys should definitely check it out for sure.
I said that. I said I picked it up because Polow told me to watch it, and since we were kind of in that lull because a lot of our series are gone right now, I picked it up and I watched. I think I watched those first 8 episodes all in one day.
Ooh, let's go.
and then watched the 9th episode the next day when I was working out.
Yeah, it's easy to binge for sure.
Yeah, because it's not shitty. It's not bad. You know?
Exactly.
It was really good. And then what else?
I can go to something else. I got a couple of something else.
Yes, that's what. Don't blue ball me.
All right,
don't play me.
All right, so I started before we get to that, Telle. Okay, I'm
gonna fight you. You lucky I love you, bro.
before we get to that, there was 2 movies that I watched. I'm gonna just get these 2 movies out the way first, and then I'm gonna get into that.
I mean, after your 2 movies, I'm gonna tell what else I'm watching then.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I watched. Shout out to Mr. Finesse on Twitter. Let me give him proper credit because Telle also watched this a while ago, but I'm gonna make sure I get his Twitter name right because I'm gonna strive myself on never fucking up somebody else's Twitter name again. After I did Rob J the way I did Rob J. @_ Rob J. Follow him. He's a great follow. He got a dope thread of a few shows that he watched. So check that out. But Mr. Finesse is spelled Mr. Finesse _. At him on Twitter. Tell him thank you for making me watch this movie. This movie has so much fucking potential. And it's Black Fox. You talked about it a long time ago. When you told me about it, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta watch that. Totally forgot about it, slipped my mind because we had other stuff going on. And then I was reminded by Mr. Finesse. But listen, dude. Whoa, that movie's good. Like story-wise, concept-wise, action-wise, the animation, not great.
Yeah, the animation was a little,
But the fucking show, the movie is wonderful. Little girl trained by her grandfather, which was a ninja whose goal is to carry on the ninja, I guess, the ninja way in his family, while her father is a scientist and she wants to be
more peaceful.
Yes, and wants to be more peaceful, wants to like help people more with some stuff that he works on. Watch Black Fox. It's a fantastic movie. You can find it on Crunchyroll. I cannot recommend that movie enough. Whoa, and I love the ending. I really hope it becomes a TV series, bro. Because it's so much more that they could flesh out in this world. Like you could tell in the movie they skipped over a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of situations.
There was like a little time skip in it.
Yeah.
We could have gotten like with this, we could literally get a whole prequel season. Seasons because we don't know nothing about really the parents.
Exactly.
She had a whole family.
Yep.
You know?
Even before the time skip, like we had no idea. Well, we know why she escaped and changed her name and stuff, but we didn't see that process at all. And that, oh my God, man, that fucking movie, man, it had me. It had me at every twist and turn. It took me a while to watch it though. I don't know why, but
because what was it? It was a little bit on the longer side, right? Like almost 2 hours. 30.
It was
okay. It was a little bit on the longer side for an anime movie,
right.
But I think I enjoyed the ending as well. I enjoyed the character like relations as well. I think we did say something a little bit about that.
Melissa,
like the roommate, was mad dope. Like she was just super cool.
Loved her. I even like Mia and her whole issue. Like her fucking. I'm not gonna spoil it. Actually, just watch the movie. It's
watch
great.
Black Fox.
Highly recommend that movie. And then the second movie I watched is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Yeah, that's a great movie. Another great fucking movie. I did not like the main female character in the show at all. Like zero until literally the very end of it. In the very end,
the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, not necessarily last 10 minutes. It's more like the last 20 or so minutes. It's a fucked up story. It's a terrible story. Shout out to Dion, literally my brother's friend, who's so big in anime. Like I never even knew it until like 3-4 years ago. But he's been a part of our lives, our family lives, for like, I don't know, over a decade. But he's in the Facebook group. He recommended it to me a long time ago, and he said it made him shed. It was the first thing that made him shed a thug tear. I'm like, oh, if it made Dion shed a thug tear, he do boxing. I'm about to make sure I watch this. and watching it came close. If the girl wasn't so fucking irritating, it probably would have. But I did like the main protagonist. I love those main protagonists who has the I don't give a fuck attitude a lot. Like I just love those characters, and they don't try too hard. They don't overdo it. They don't underdo it, I guess.
Because you vibe with that. That's your style.
Exactly. I mean, I could tell you the quick premise, because it's literally in the first 15 minutes or so of the show, it basically gives you the full spoiler, but the way it leads up to the story is dope. So the girl, the guy who's just normal student who likes to read. He's kind of a loner. He doesn't talk to anybody in school. He doesn't believe in having friends. Kind of like my teen romantic Snaifu. But he doesn't believe in that shit. He stays to himself. He loves to read, loves that shit. And he meets this girl, but the girl is dying because she has a pancreatic cancer. And she it starts off with her being dead. Like the first 15, 20 minutes, it shows him laying in the bed because he doesn't go to her funeral. And it basically replays the story of how they became friends and where that relationship went. But watch the movie. Even though they show you that in the first 15 minutes, you would never see what the fuck happens. You'll never see it coming. So watch it. It's actually enjoyable. Really, really good. I just fucking anime movies end so awfully, man. It just ends poorly, though. But it's still worth the watch. I hope
that's a movie issue in general sometimes, but
that's true.
Yeah, I want to check it out because I keep hearing a lot about that movie. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, and now I just feel obligated to check it out.
It's still worth the watch, 100%. I watched it dubbed, of course, but you can watch it subbed. Okay. Don't matter. But they both sound good.
How's the music and sound design in there?
Beautiful.
Really? Beautiful. I mean, it's a movie. It's got to be.
Yeah, and the art is fantastic too. Like it has the pseudo 3D look, but it's not heavy on it.
Not like
all.
the heavy CGI. Yeah.
Exactly. It's clean. But all right, those are the two movies.
Okay. Well, I did want to say this. I wanted to give a shout out to Never Poppin' on Twitter because he tagged me today. Said I'm starting Astro Lost in Space.
Whoa!
And yeah, we taking over.
Yes,
Astro Lost in Space everywhere. we gonna put it everywhere. He on episode 5 and he tweeted out Astro Lost in Space got intense. And it just keeps getting more intense.
Shout out to _ Rob J too. He watched it. His whole thread was about that.
Just so y'all know. And that show is all right.
He called it a masterpiece, by the way.
It is. It is literally just a masterpiece. There's no other way of describing it. But one of the shows I started is My Teen Romantic Comedy Snaifu.
Oh shit! Speak of the devil.
And I told you I was gonna start this. I'm 3 episodes in.
Wow, till watching a slice of life. A long form slice of life.
I don't mind a slice of life. I don't like Yukino so far.
Yukino.
She's the kind of sour.
Absolutely. No, nobody
mean person.
Yeah. No.
I want her to be nicer. But I feel like with how her attitude is, there each has to be one of two things. And I'm probably wrong because I'm not a slice of life watcher. But the way I see her is either A, there has to be something that happens where she comes to a realization and becomes a nicer person, or she never becomes nicer, and I'm just going to continue to hate her the entire series.
Man, that's crazy.
But I love the idea. I met Yoshiteru. I thought he was fucking hilarious. The first instant he came into the second episode, it was fire. I was like, I kind of enjoy it. It just is mad chill.
Yes.
I like the inner monologue.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yes. Some of the best, dude. Some of the best inner monologue.
In general, it's enjoyable. Now, I'm still a little confused on the comedy part because I only really laughed at the second episode.
Exactly my point, bro. Because there's really not much comedy in it at all. Yeah, and it's named that.
Like a drama series, right?
Yes.
But there's not too much drama introduced yet, but so far it's pretty good. Like it actually has like interesting like stuff going on without it being like just straight like boom, like how Your Lie in April was from the start. Boom, this is the story and this is the progression, and then twist, that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
This so far hasn't provided any twist, but it's still very interesting in general. So
yeah,
I'm starting it. I'm on episode 3. I'm gonna finish it probably in the next 2 days or so, and then I'll talk about the full thing next week. It might be this on here says 13 episodes.
Oh, okay.
But I think there might be
it's 2 seasons
overview for a second season. Yeah, the sequel is Snaifu 2.
Yep. It's two seasons in there.
My Teen Romantic Comedy Snaifu 2.
That's right. It totals like 26 altogether.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be in there.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's 26 episodes.
the reason why Teller's watching that is because I finally started. Okay. But before I get, no, I'm just kidding. yo, yo, check out the video version. You should have saw his face. All right. I started Hijame No Ippo, okay, or Fighting Spirit, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I started it yesterday, 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was yesterday, right? No, 2 days.
I think it was yesterday. No, it was yesterday. Yesterday you told me.
Because yesterday I started it. Okay, I started it early yesterday. No, I started it 2 days ago. Okay, at night. I remember now. Sorry. I started Hijame No Ippo. It's been 2 days. I got to episode 19. Haikyuu is still the best sports anime. Okay.
I mean, okay, it's Haikyuu.
So far, Haikyuu is fucking incredible. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the one thing I do not like about Hajime no Ippo is the cuts, man. I should have let you guess. God damn it. But it's the cuts. I cannot stand these cuts. When they're doing their thing, when they're either somebody's in the ring sparring or somebody's in the ring fighting, they cut so frequently to the crowd reactions. And then it does the thing that anime did in the early 2000s or late 90s when they did with voice acting. Instead of the director actually physically cutting lines, because obviously in Japanese, some sentences are longer in like verbal speak than it is in English. Like you could be saying something like "let's go" in English and it's a lot longer. It's in Japanese. Sorry for my misappropriation, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's a longer phrase. Instead of them cutting it down, they just add more words to it. So it's so good. It's not good, but it's good. Like I enjoy
it's funny.
It's so funny. I love that so much in older dubs. And that's what I think most people do like in older dubs when they do that, because it brings more comedic beats to it, because the shit don't fit, but it's so funny that it just works. Hajime no Ippo voice cast is clean. It's fine. But them dragging out the words in these scenes where their faces are just on screen for too long and all they're saying is "let's go, Ippo, you can do it, come on, let's go," like it's hilarious.
They're adding so much. Yeah
Ippo,
but I think
they just do that too much, the crowd cuts. But other than that, holy shit, talk about fucking story, bro. Talk about story. This man is a fucking fisherman. Gets into it with a bully. Boxer comes save him, and he legit learns to box. I find myself in this show, watching this show, doing this and shit, like dodging, like doing shoulder rolls and guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in there. I'm saying shit that I know I would never say just watching the normal anime, and that's why I think I'm so frustrated with the cuts, because I'm so invested. I'm so invested into these fights that it pisses me off when they cut out of it, because I want to see him move. I want to see him roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the whole boxing concept of it. It's wonderful, man. And I where I left off at episode 19, he was just fighting a guy who was trying to win. Technically, he was trying to fucking just beat him by points. And this fucking guy was clinching. He was fucking just throwing him aside and making Ippo miss. You know what I'm saying? Just jabbing him with little light jabs. It's just kind of, and that shit, I'm in that motherfucker like, yeah, let's go. Like I was in it. I love it. Again, it's not Haikyuu. It would never be in my top 10 as far as sports anime so far. I can see why it's in yours though, 100%.
Yeah, like, I finished it, watched the movie, everything.
Yeah. I know why it's in your for sure. Like it 100% makes sense because the story is enjoyable, and I know why my brother like it because my brother's the same way. Like that shit is intriguing. It's great. I can't wait to get to it.
What did you think about the first and the second fight with Miata?
Fucking insane. To be fair, I stood up out of my seat when he won that second time.
So that first time, they made you think like he kind of had a chance there. Like he might have.
Yeah, the build up.
He was smacking his legs like, I need to get up. I can't go down like this.
Yep.
He get back up and he's like, let's go, Ippo.
Yeah,
But that
suspense,
second
man.
one, it pushed like the story forward because it's like now his rival that we would
And
see
another
his like
G.
potential rival is like, no, I gotta work hard. I can't
Yep.
let dude who just came in beat me.
Yep. Man, I like Miata's style of boxing. I'm more of
It's
an Ippo guy, but like Miata's style is I'll enjoy more.
I am more of a Miata style fighter.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ippo is that dude.
Yeah, like
Ippo is that dude.
it's that strength, man.
Mister Knock him down.
I felt special when he switched to southpaw because I'm southpaw. So when he did, I'm like, hell yeah, that's my shit.
Now you felt it, right? You felt it all in your
one.
body. You was like,
Yep.
oh, I know how this works.
Yep.
I know exactly how this works.
And then he said my punches feel off. I'm like, oh shit. Well, yeah, that makes sense because
I mean, but it's because his strong hand is forward now.
yep.
So like his jab is way stronger than his normal jab. So he's like low key, I can knock you out with this jab. Now he doesn't realize it.
Right.
Whereas normal southpaw, they strong hand is still in the back.
Yep.
You know,
because it gives you time to wind it up.
but that's why southpaws are so hard to fight in general. Like if you're a regular like orthodox boxer, like if a southpaw switch to how you normally used to fighting,
yep.
that hand reaching out and hitting you hurts way more because it's their strong hand.
Yep.
Hate fighting southpaw.
Yeah. That was back when I was younger. That was an issue for a lot of people because my brother and my cousins used to make me throw on the gloves and fight the other younger kids on the block, and it was they couldn't stand me. They couldn't stand me. As soon as I knew how to stand, it was over. Like that was the only thing I had trouble with. I didn't know how to stand, and then when they taught me that, I'm like, okay, it's easy now. Like because everybody else, literally, it's almost mirror. It's a mirror. So like it. We ain't gonna talk about that.
It's a mirror for you, but for everybody else, it's like I can't understand this.
It's weird. Yeah.
I can't wait for you to see the growth of Ippo.
Oh my god, I'm already seeing it. The way he incorporates shit that he learns from just fucking like the Ozma fight, dude. Oh my god. I love Ozma too, by the way. He's a fucking great character. Fantastic character. Mama son.
Super nice.
Yeah.
And super humble.
Yes.
But was a monster.
A fucking beast with those left hooks.
Yeah, you're gonna see clean. You're gonna see characters you love and hate. But this makes me even more excited to watch my Team Romantic Snaifu.
Man, we gotta find you something else on top of that because this is long.
I was gonna do Kaguya-sama.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was gonna do this and Kaguya-sama.
Okay, all right.
And then probably another one, but that still ain't gonna be enough if you watch all of you.
I'll find you one. I'll find you another one.
Yeah, but I need you to understand how happy I am.
It's a great show, man.
It starts to look a lot better. Starts to get edited a lot better. The voiceovers get a little bit better. The voiceovers actually didn't bother me in sub or dub for this. I've watched it in both.
Yeah, they don't bother me at all. Even though some voices are like recycled, but they just change the pitch. It's so funny. I love it though. I'm not even mad at it.
The funny thing about the dub though is that the jokes feel like they hit home a little bit easier.
Yes.
In dub, so it's worth it on Ippo.
I do believe that to be true.
It's a great series, one of my favorite. Obviously, I'm so happy that you're watching it.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I don't like sports anime. Telle likes the sports anime. I do. I really actually can't stand them. Like really, because they do the whole the dramatization of shit they do in sports anime irritates me, and that does irritate me. And it's kind of like the guy with the way he snaps his arm and it looks like he's like
the flicker
fucking
jab.
Yeah, like okay, that's not quite how that looks to
you can do it, but you do it too much.
Yeah, even in the over exaggeration, that's not how a flicker jab would look. So like that, okay, that side of things maybe a little much, but I understand where it's coming from because it's just like Haikyuu in that sense because they do some crazy shit too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, funny enough, I think that's the only like one that's like super over dramatized.
Nah, you got to do with the shotgun.
Oh, the
pretty boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They obviously
ain't
that's just
nobody
anime.
fucking. Yeah.
That's just anime. But like, I mean, there's not very many like
Yeah.
over dramatizations
Okay.
in this show. Like the drama is more or less in like the stamina of the
Right.
characters and that kind of stuff,
And that shit makes
and
sense though.
the suspense because it's like
Yeah.
you getting dragged underwater and you
Yes.
drowning.
Yes. Like when they were doing when Ippo went down against I think it was Ozma. Yeah, when he went
Because
down
he the
against
only one who was
Ozma.
hit hard. Yeah,
Yep.
he was the only one who could hit hard enough.
Yep. He was like out and they were counting. That counted was literally 3 minutes of the episode. But I feel like I would stop breathing that entire time. I'm like, get the fuck up. Shit was wild. Holy
I'm so
shit.
proud.
Dude, this is, oh my gosh, what an episode. We already 34 minutes into this joint. Oh shit. I didn't even realize that. What else you got, Tell? You got anything else?
Nah, that was it, bro. I was more interested in that topic we're gonna talk about. That's gonna be next part.
That being Fire Force Season 2, Episode 1?
I mean that, but also the Twitter questions.
The questions, yes. Yes, so we're going to take this quick break, okay? I'll play a nice little chill tune for you. Hopefully it doesn't get us copywritten.
What about that recommendation, though?
But before we do that, yeah, we're going to give our recommendations today. I do want to give a shout out to Crystal. Shout out to you, Crystal, for picking up one of our top 5 anime of all time. My number 2. Is it what number was it for you?
I think it was number 2 this time around.
Both of our number 2s. That's ReZero. My recommendation for everybody is ReZero. Watch your director's cut on Crunchyroll or Verve or whatever you use. Probably Verve. Get Verve, everybody. Come on. Watch ReZero's director's cut. I put out a tweet saying who suffered more than Subaru. A lot of people said Guts from Berserk, but I don't know, man. I don't think so. And yeah, you're gonna have to watch ReZero to understand why. What you got, Tell?
Yeah, no. Mine is gonna be my teen romantic comedy Snaifu because watch it with me.
Yes.
Live the slice of life with me. If I'm getting a slice of life bag, I need people with me.
Let's go.
Mad hype. So that's gonna be my recommendation.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, we're gonna come back. When we come back, we're gonna have the Twitter questions. Quite of them are topical questions, so that may go a little bit long too. And we're also gonna discuss Fire Force Season 2, Episode 1 breakdown. That I want to know if Tell caught the same thing I caught, which is the underlying story beat that they always like sprinkle into these Fire Force episodes that not many people seem to catch or pay attention to. But it was very, very, very important. So we're going to talk about that right after this.
I've been living in this life, baby. This is something I don't want. Want you to call up by my side, baby. And slowly give me all your love. I've been living through the streets. Want you to show me all your love. Show me all your love, baby. Love, baby. You're the love that I can't think of to you. Step into my bed. Baby, can see this? Baby, can see this? Thinking about your body, thinking about your hands. When they go so lightly, step into my bed. Baby, to me kindly, listen to me kindly.
And welcome back to episode 56 of My Check Waifu. Once again, check out the Teespring shop. Teespring.com/store/My Tech Waifu. We got Navi in there. She's on a few different things, shirts, some tank tops, some sweater hoodies, whatever you want. She's in there. Check that out. We appreciate it. Appreciate any support you can give. Yeah, before we start this too, I do want to say by the time this episode airs, God of High School would have started. Okay. Mm-hmm. We have not watched it yet because we record on Sundays. God of High School plays on tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunate the way the schedule falls here. So it's going to be another one of those situations to where we're kind of behind, if that makes sense, even though we're not behind at all with the way time works. So our thoughts on God of High School will be on episode 57. So make sure you come back for that. We appreciate it. But yeah, we're about to talk Twitter questions. Let's get it. Alrighty.
So
here. I went to Twitter and I asked if anybody had any questions for us since we're about to record, and I did like 4 or 5 hours ago, whatever. Mm-hmm. We got quite a few questions, so we're gonna start off with the homie Hang Up Steve, aka at Scuba Steve 1428 on Twitter. Give him a follow. He says, what was a show that was hyped for you that when you went to watch it, it was just So a mediocre show that everybody hyped up, basically. He said don't use Black Clover.
I mean, I'm not going to use Black Clover because we all know that's trash. The main thing would have to be what? I would say Fairy Tale, Mob, not Mob, Hitman Reborn.
Okay.
Yeah, Fairy Tale, Hitman Reborn. What's some other ones?
Devilman Crybaby.
I thought that was okay. I didn't think it was like great though.
It wasn't great, but it was so hyped up. It's still hyped up. You ain't like Devilman Crybaby? Devilman Crybaby? Whatever it's called. No, that shit was awful. Yeah. And it looked garbo too.
What else? Go ahead. What about you? Which ones have you watched that were hyped up?
Black Butler. It was just okay, but it was extremely gassed. Fuck, man. What else was just crazy gassed?
Boruto.
Boruto got the heat it deserved.
I was just joking. Holy
it's
shit.
Not. Fucking Tokyo Ghoul. The anime still gets love, but it ain't that great.
Yeah.
It ain't that great. Like the read got a little bit better, but still, I there's no way in hell I would ever say One Piece because it actually lived up to my expectations. It surpassed my expectations, even though I took a break from it at
It's One Piece.
5:23. So much. What else? I watched so much, but most of it is pretty right, right?
I'm trying to think like what I thought was like what I watched, because I watched a lot of stuff and I just didn't think it was
Exactly.
as good as. But I don't know. I think anything that I watched that didn't hit for me, I dropped it after maybe 5 episodes or something.
Right.
So like, I probably didn't even think about it. Like, what about Food Wars for you?
No, that lived up. That surpassed actually. Because again, I still had low expectations for that, even though everybody said it was good. My expectations are still low.
Yeah, like, is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? That surpassed my expectations dramatically. So
yeah,
I mean, I guess that's it. Like, really,
and not really many, huh? Interesting. Well, if we think
Hitman Reborn is the biggest one for me.
Yeah, Devil May Cry Baby still. All right, what else we got? Other than Black Clover, Black Clover still gets hyped up. Obviously, that show is.
What did Kasha was like? She want to get the Black Bulls tattoo or something like that. I'm just like,
I just couldn't even.
I feel it, because I can't hate if you love an anime. I really can't.
We don't do that.
I just in my mind, I'm like, the only acceptable answer was the homunculus tattoo, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kasha, if you listen to this, get the homunculus tattoo.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Holy shit. Yeah. All right. Well, the next question is from our new patron, Trade_DeAndre. He says he got a couple of questions, but I'm gonna go with this one's right for right now. He says, who do you think was some of the best written side characters in manga and anime? He said he just finished Mob Psycho season 2, and my dog Reagan is probably the best written characters to date. Everyone in Brotherhood is an acceptable answer too.
All right,
best written side characters.
Yeah, you start this one off, bro.
Man, I think Clannad has some of the best written side characters of all time. That's my favorite slice of life ever. It's my number one anime of all time. Mm-hmm. Their side characters, they gave them real small backstories too that were so strong, so impactful that you felt real conflicted with who your main character should have essentially, I guess, dated. And they even did a situation to where they solved that problem too. So I loved Clannad's side characters. That was one. If you're into slice of life, obviously you got to be into slice of life to watch that. But it's a real good side character moment. And I mean, obviously, Haikyuu. Like, fuck, dude. Holy shit.
That's true. That is true.
Man, that whole squad is my squad, bro. Like, and whatever they're going through, I'm going through. I rock with them.
So, I got a couple.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of manga, everyone in Promised Neverland is a great written side character. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about Bakugo. Fucking love Bakugo, and his growth in the manga specifically. Yes. His growth in the anime is pretty good too, but his growth in the manga to me is just only because it's further. You know, that's the reason it's better. I mean, I feel like Vegeta's an obvious one, but he's really a main character, so I'm not gonna say Vegeta. And then we got my boy Sagan from Twin Star Exorcist, because he's the GOAT. Sagan isn't the main character; he is the trainer of Rokuro, and he is the GOAT. He got the tiger claws. But Sagan he's actually the favorite character of the entire series, but he's a side character.
Side note, listeners. Telle's favorite manga is Twin Star. This has been a while since he's mentioned Twin Star, so yeah, there it is.
It's my shit. All right, and the new chapter just came out, bro. It's hitting. I had to hit worst gen with the Twin Star meme that I made. Like, yo, I had to.
Shout out to Worst Gen. That's great.
Other than that, Rem and ReZero.
Fuck yeah. I love her
Great
so
side
much.
character.
She is the best.
Takamura from Hajime no Ippo.
Mm-hmm.
Great side character. And I think, in my opinion, he is probably he's probably the most beloved character in the actual series.
Wow.
You just gotta, when you get to that point, his stuff is a whole nother level.
All right, I'm in his title match right now. So he just stood back up after being knocked down by the current champion. So next episode, I'll find out what happens. Can't wait.
The bear, Takamura, the GOAT.
Yeah,
right.
The big guy. Who else? I think I like. I'm gonna give you just one side character, I guess, because I gave you a lot of groups. Fucking shit. Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, no, never mind. I lost it. It's gone. Oh, I mean, but aren't they all main characters though? Like
anyone in Ash Lost in Space?
Yes,
they're all main.
They're all main characters. We can't count them. God, they're just the best.
They're all well written. Yes.
Fuck. No, I ain't got any more.
He like, that's all of them. we done said all of them. How about I don't know, Knives from Trigun?
Oh yeah.
There you go. We threw one out there.
There it is. There's one. Okay. I love Trigun. All right. Let's see. What's she? We got another one from Black Anime Podcast. Hey, shout out to Black Anime Podcast on Twitter. They put us in their Black Anime Podcast library website. So go to blackanimepodcast.com to check out other dope Black Anime Podcast. All right. So he says you're a mangaka. Your manga is about to get an anime adaptation. Which studio do you choose to animate for your work? Who do you choose to direct the adaptation and pen the scripts? Now, I don't know about penning the scripts. Because if I do a manga, I'm gonna want it verbatim. So anybody can do that. And when I say verbatim, I'm talking like fucking Kaguya Love is War verbatim. Like they did that from the jump. Every piece of that anime is from the manga. They did cut out like one or two scenes, but that's how I wanted it adapted. But what studio?
So I actually chose a studio for a couple of these. I chose a studio to do my script and everything like that. I chose Studio Lurchi, which did Assassination Classroom, Asher Lost in Space, Radiant. They did Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
They did the pen for it, scripting.
Well, I think they did the entire thing, like animation and everything.
Oh shit! Okay.
They also did shows like Monster Musume. but for my actual animation, you already know. Oh, they also did Unbreakable Machine Doll, which is a series I kind of like. But for animation, you know who I choose. My favorite, Ufotable. They gotta do my animation.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust anyone else.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna rock with as far as directing and stuff. I'm probably gonna go with Sunrise because I want that Cowboy Bebop feel. You know, I want that the way they do their for me personally, the reason why I do not like Mob Psycho's whole direction is because of its shots. Its angles are not great. Now they did have some spectacle moments that were fantastic, like maybe 3 or 4 episodes out of the 2 seasons, but it's so much, it's so all over the place and spinny and noisy and just it's too much. I like Sunrise for their concise fucking like beautiful angled shots that they have in Cowboy Bebop, you know, from when he's kicking up a gun from somebody, the way it's like the way the shot comes from like the top of his head down to his leg, like that shit is wonderful. That's why I would choose to direct it. But as far as the animation goes, I want that shit animated by A1. I want that sword art fucking War of the Underworld type animation in my shit. Since you already chose Ufotable, because I'm not gonna pick the same studio you did. I'll take the sword art animation.
Studio Sunrise did a lot of Mobile Suit Gundam, a lot of Code Geass. Obviously a lot of Mobile Suit Gundam. So in terms of visuals, like they did Gundam Build Tri-Fighters, which is actually my favorite Gundam series. And that, in my opinion, is probably one of the most beautiful mecha anime I've actually seen in terms of like actual angles and direction and stuff. So I mean, that's not a bad choice at all. Not to mention their whole lineup. They do a lot of fucking stuff, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're again just the precision of their shots.
Goated.
Like I said on Twitter, on my personal Twitter, like when I used to shoot music videos, I used to stay away from those fucking like all of our like Cleveland local artists do the zoom in with the camera tilting back and forth type shit where a bunch of people on the porch or something like that. Like I never wanted to ever shoot a video like that. I always wanted my shit to have precision when it came to scene changes, when it either changed on the 808 or it changed on the hi-hat or the angle that the camera was aimed at. Like I wanted to be creative and unique to the video, and that's why, man. That's what I like in my anime. That's what I like in my movies. Like I can't stand shaky cam. Like I said to Unbothered Mike, I'm like, Mob Psycho to me is like a Jason Bourne movie, while like shit like Demon Slayer is the Avengers. Like they understand the importance of angles and visual storytelling, not just because somebody gets angry, there's a bunch of rocks and spinning camera all over the place. Like it just makes me sick.
Just so y'all know, when I lived in Cleveland, Polow was not only my videographer, but the only person to ever catch me on camera that I'd be willing to accept and take it home. And say this is my product because Polow recorded it.
I should have done so much better with those two. Those are like the first time I got the camera videos too.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think even now you would do a lot better, but that's just like experience and time to think about it. But Polow was the man back then.
I still like it though.
The man now.
Still like it.
Just got to get back to Ohio and get some collabs going.
The Systems Failed series was pretty dope.
You got to do a Systems Reboot series.
Oh, for those of you that don't, I don't know. Do we want to share that? You want to share that? Let's do it.
I don't care.
Telle used to dance, or Telle dances actually like fucking one of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life. Like he's the reason why I look at dance videos. I'm like, is that good? You know, I don't think that's good, because Telle would do it like that because Telle lives inside the fucking music. It's insane. Like he can move his fucking fingertips to a drum beat, and it's spectacular. Super talented. No, super talented when it comes to dance. I'm just honest, man. He's fucking ill. And when I first got my camera, it was a Canon T2i back in the day. It was like 8 years ago. He was the first person. He was the first person I recorded on it, and we shot a little video out in Akron of a series that we then started called Systems Failed, where he basically is like a robot being rebooted by the music. It's super creative. We were creative children back then.
Yes.
A lot of fun though.
Still creating stuff, just different stuff.
Just now. Different stuff now. But check that out. He's dope, man. He's dope. I said that like you're not right here. You're dope.
I know. I appreciate it. You have no idea.
You should get back into dancing for real. I'll be trying to tell him, get on that TikTok, go viral.
All the time. It's just it's hard for me to record myself. Like I don't ever just sit down and say, let's record myself dancing.
I got you. I feel that. got spoiled by me. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you're right.
All right, let's go to another question before we fucking just end up
Be
turning
here
this
for 3
into
hours.
Yeah. Let me see. See, that was a fantastic question. Thanks, Black Anime Podcast. The other one from Trey _ DeAndre, which is probably a more juicy question, and that's what would you consider the new big three? Now, we heard other podcasts have this conversation. This is a conversation we always talked about kind of not having because we got different thoughts on quote unquote the big three. Okay, I'm gonna let Till go first. Till, you go ahead.
So this topic is hard for me because the original big three
is considered,
they were, I think they were the big three for the sole purpose of the fact that they sold very well, but also people just enjoyed them. So they were the big three because of sales, but not just because people enjoyed them. But it's like right now,
okay,
if
so
it had
real quick though, before you go, real quick before you continue, what was the big three?
Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And those were the top 3 highest selling. So if we going by like stats on sales, right? Attack on Titan, probably My Hero,
and then not a lot of people gonna like it.
Yeah, and probably before Demon Slayer ended, it would have been Demon Slayer, and that's probably gonna be Demon Slayer again when it's back, on series again. But also the hard thing about that is that it's hard to have a big three because not everything's ongoing. So I mean, even like Black Clover.
Yep.
Obviously, Black Clover, I don't think is outselling Attack on Titan or My Hero, but it, or Demon Slayer. Certainly not outselling Demon Slayer, but Demon Slayer has beaten everyone in terms of numbers and sales. So exactly. It would certainly be top 3, like big 3, easy.
And that's the reason why I wanted you to go first, because you put it in a more technical perspective that nobody else. I mean, everybody else probably is, but when you look at a big 3, that's not those. I mean, the big 3 are the big 3 is because of the timing they came out, their long form shows, and the popularity because of their long formness and the time that they came out, right? Like that's, to me, that's what it is for big 3. So even you could say fucking right now, technically, and my technicalities would be fucking shitty Boruto. It'll be Black Clover. It'll be, what else is long form and long running, and still fucking One Piece because it's still going. So like that's really it as far as what if you want to put it in that perspective. That's why I like your perspective way better, because I mean, technically, if I had to choose my big 3, it'd be just my 3 favorite, Yours is based off of sales, based off of numbers, based off of like legit reasoning. I don't know.
The big 3 combo is hard.
It is.
But like, I guess like the way you see it, I think both our perspectives are right. But also it's like, all right, if we just go by like what's the most popular, that's even harder to choose.
Yes.
Like what's the most popular?
Exactly.
Not even like based on sales.
Right.
Like the most popular has to be like Attack on Titan, Black Clover, and it certainly is not gonna have Boruto on that list.
Nope, it'll be My Hero.
Yeah, My Hero, easy. It would certainly have something like My Hero. So that would be like the big 3. But Attack on Titan is not long going, so it falls off from the big 3 immediately. So that's the only thing that makes that hard.
Yep.
Is like that fact that that series falls off and doesn't continue on.
Exactly. So however you want to look at your big 3, you make your big 3, whatever you want to make your big 3. If I had to say the new gen anime that I would consider like legit contenders would be Fire Force, would be Demon Slayer, and it would be My Hero. That's me personally. That's the as far as like my 3 that I would put up there.
My Hero over Attack on Titan?
I mean, this is the last season of Attack on Titan, so
okay. I was just wondering. I'm not really questioning. I was just like, okay. I'm surprised, but
I
yeah,
mean,
My Hero probably has a lot more to go than Attack on Titan.
yeah, that's what I was basing it off of. Like, you can interchange Attack on Titan out with Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer don't run that long.
I mean, yeah, but
And
I
the
guess we
manga
still
wise.
got like 6 more seasons of Demon Slayer coming.
Technically that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. The big three combo is hard, but I like thinking about that.
Yeah, I love the question because it made me think, like, what is the big three?
What is the big three?
Why
Yeah,
is it the big three? You know, I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely put Black Clover in there, One Piece, and fucking. I mean, Dragon Ball Super is still going technically, isn't it?
The manga is.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, technically that's partially the same thing because My Hero and all that stuff is all the manga is obviously still going. So that would be the easiest way to register a big three is by manga sales. I think that's really how they did it.
Right.
Because the anime was still going, but the manga sales is really what pushed those big three up.
Truce. All right. Great question, Trey. We appreciate you, man. So, 100%. You had us thinking all day.
Thanking.
Let's go. All right. I guess what's next is the Fire Force Season 2 Episode 1 breakdown. We're gonna go into full spoilers. If you haven't seen Fire Force, what are you doing? Just watch it, man. I promise you it's worth it. Even if I still shout out to Merc, man. I love you, Merc. I don't understand how you don't like this show because you are just as analytical as we are when it comes to anime, and it blows my fucking mind that you watch this show and you don't like it. It blows my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and say because he tweeted at our Twitter page and said, you know, was this or he didn't tweet at us. He just tweeted. He said, was that a filler episode or was it canon? I'm like, hell no, I wasn't filler. All of that was canon. It was hard canon. All right. Tell. First off, do you know what was the single most important piece about this episode?
So, I don't know exactly what you saw.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, in my mind, I saw a couple of different things.
Okay.
That were important to me, right? One of the things that was important was that the first thing they showed that kind of carried over from last season is Shinra kind of going into that nether state of mind where his mind kind of blanks out and he comes back from that world. And I feel like that's going to be an ongoing thing. But obviously we get the Infernal with 5 cores on his body. And that in itself is going to be a huge thing, bro. Because now we're fusing enemies and problems.
Huge. It was so obvious, yet they just like, hey, this is unheard of. This thing has 5 cores.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was right there in front of our faces the entire time. But they kind of like skimmed through it because of course the good guys won and they moved on. But I guarantee you throughout this season that's going to be a big fucking deal.
Well, not only that, but the fact that they had the 5 cores and he was still able to like function as like he was able to think, right?
Yes.
And they're trying to think what they're trying to do is make them infernal and then have multiple cores and then also think like a regular person. So what if they start doing this to people and they maintain their mentality?
Oh my God.
Because we saw that in season 1 when the dad was turned and he was just sitting there.
I'm so happy.
Because he didn't want to.
I'm sorry. I'm pumped because I'm getting fucking pumped because I'm so happy. Dude, you are the only person who I feel like is on the same exact level when it comes to this show. Not only was he able to have a whole think process, he was able to dodge so his shit wouldn't get hit directly. So he had to get like tricked into getting hit. But not only that, the way he fucking moved being as big as he is. I can tell, you can tell that this was just a failed experiment that got out from wherever this got out from. Hell, this could have even came from our scientists got us inside of the fucking to put the the company. Like it's so much that could be a part of this because we don't know about Joker yet. Still, we don't.
Now they did show all the companies,
did.
in the book, the calendar.
Yes.
So we got a glimpse of all the men in every company. We didn't see any of the women. So I think part of that is they're hiding the women.
Yes.
There's probably a woman out there somewhere that's gonna make things difficult.
And she's in the trailer. Like we saw.
I know, that's what I was saying privately. And I was also very disappointed from the trailer for episode 2.
Yeah.
Because it literally spills exactly what I think is happening.
I'm so glad I didn't. Yeah. I'm so.
Yeah.
I'm salty. Oh fuck, man. All right. I'm salty, man.
It spills the whole mentality for what I saw from what I was thinking was happening from episode 1, and it kind of takes what I thought and kind of reveals what I thought, and it's like, oh shit, that's what's happening. Yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing because you haven't seen the episode 2 trailer, right?
The trailer, no.
Yeah, it's like, at the end of episode 1 they show like, you saw that?
No.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, it gives some information just in like literally in 5 seconds. I'm just like, damn, that's gonna be crazy.
So for those of you who also probably are like, y'all, they aired episode 2. We know that they aired episode 2 at Funimation Con. We obviously have had other obligations during that time, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to watch it, which pisses me off. But that's okay. We'll just be a week behind. I mean, we're going to talk about episode 2 next week, obviously, but we don't know what happens. We know a lot of you do. We don't. So bear with us. Yeah.
We missed it.
Sorry. So sorry. But yeah, that is exactly why this shit had me so hyped. All that little shit that Fire Force does so well at putting in front of your face, but not quite shoving it into your face.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
I was also surprised that some people thought this was a really fan servicey episode because like
where?
I mean, I guess if you are a woman and you into a lot of like naked men, then that is fan servicey. Yeah, but to me, it didn't seem very fan servicey. I was like, how?
They don't.
How's it?
I don't think people understand what fan service is. Fan service is when they constantly do panty shots, okay? Unnecessarily panty shots. When they do unnecessary groping of the main character, either groping the side character or a bras getting ripped or shirts getting ripped and showing bras, like stuff like that is fan service. Fan service is not just showing men's fucking pecs. Or, right. I mean, I guess they technically are fanning out. They're making people fan out over the guise of Company 8 and all the other companies for that matter. Shout out to that Benny Maru scene. That shit was hilarious.
It was like power. Cobra. That shit was funny. No, the Benny Maru shot was the dopest thing though, because it was like he didn't want to take part in this.
Yep.
And they got him anyway.
Yep.
And it's like they plan this every year. They wait till Benny Maru isn't paying attention to steal this picture. I'm like, yo, that's dope because it fits his personality.
Yeah. This episode,
I just also think that's really cool.
Exactly. This episode
that's like
is
a real life scenario.
This episode is the perfect episode for just the perfect balance between your action, the introduction into the season as far as like where the story is going to go, where our characters' heads at, and how they're trying to cope with everything that they already went through by just being normal again. But still, man,
yeah, it wasn't a cold open. It wasn't necessarily a hot open, but it was definitely enough to give you details of like, this is the issue for this season.
Yep. Dude, just imagine, those refined, how we got those refined fucking Infernos, dude. Imagine a refined Inferno with 5 cores.
It's a wrap.
Oh my God.
And then like, not to mention they already had a hard time beating Company 1 dude. Now we got a whole issue with Inferno with 5 cores that's probably gonna be refined and understand what's going on.
It's gonna have to be, he moved, how fast he was moving too.
It's gonna have to be multi-squad fights, bro.
Easy. Man, I don't understand how you. I thought I wasn't gonna like this show when I first watched it too, though. I'm like, fucking firemen, why do I care about this? Until I watched it. Actually, the fucking sound, it did it. It was enough. The sound, bro. Oh my god, the music.
Yeah.
I don't remember the music score being as good as it was either, but apparently it was.
I thought the everything, like the sound design in general for this show was good. Like the music was fire. This
Real.
intro, I love this intro.
Oh my god, this is better than the first Fire Force intro.
Yeah. I mean, the
Jesus.
first Fire Force intro got me more hype, but I think this one as an intro itself is just like really well rounded. Like it
Yes.
sounds good. Like I would low key bop and ride to this.
Yes.
But the first Fire Force intro to me was like that was a true banger. Like
yeah, that more is a little bit more up tempo, and that's more your speed. This one was more my speed.
But I love this intro. Like this intro was fire still to me. Like
of course.
Fire Force, it had a great intro. So
Straight up fire.
And where they put it at was perfect. It was like 8 minutes into the episode. It was like, oh yeah, here's the intro. I was like, hey, thanks. I was waiting for this.
Let's go. Shit had me hype, man. Oh my god. All right, well, I guess we can wrap up episode 56. This is a great one.
So, as you know, we just finished our Fire Force recap. Come back next week for episode 2 of Fire Force recap. We know that some of you have already seen it. Don't spoil it for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be happy to know what you think about that episode. We also had our questions from Twitter. Great topics, great questions. We appreciate all of those and everyone who's left some questions for us. Let's go. Bring some more next week.
For sure.
Recommendations. Polow gave us ReZero for his recommendation. I gave my teen romantic comedies Snaifu because I'm watching that for Polow, and we're gonna make sure we get some good stuff out of that. Then Polow's watching Hijame No Ippo, which I've been begging for, and honestly, I'm stoked. I'm just stoked to be talking about Ippo. I'm happy.
You were talking about it for like 5 weeks straight.
I've been talking about it since like episode 2.
No, you're right.
5 months straight, you mean? Like I said, I was watching my teen romantic comedy Snaifu. Watch it along with me. We'll do some more combos on that as well. And I think my next one is going to be Kaguya-sama Love is War. Polow watched I Want to Eat Your Pancreas and Black Fox. He loves both of those movies.
Yes.
With the one I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, it'll be a little bit more like weird, but Black Fox having some great stuff, but also, hopefully it can become a series one day. And I watched Wise Man's Grandchild, and it was so much better than Isekai Chief Magician.
Yes.
I don't even know why it was that much better, but everything's better than Demon Lord Retry. It's been, episode 56?
Mm-hmm. This has been episode 56. I'm at Polow Bornfly on all social media.
And I am at King Telliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Might Check Waifu on Twitter and at Might Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
That's a dragon. Bump the dragon. Dragon Ball Z.
I hate you so much.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.